All right, we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The score is 3-2. It was a pinch hitter Broxton for the pitcher Gazelman, who hit one deep and put the Mets within 1 run, and that forced Caleb Smith out of the game, and in came Nick Anderson. So right now we're in the bottom of the 7th, and it's Seth Lugo who just came in. So he's a right-hander, and he will be facing the right-hander Brian Anderson. So let's roll and see what happens. All right. And that is going to be a D10 result of 29, and on Seth Lugo versus a righty matchup column, we're going to have 29 is going to be to the shortstop. Shortstop for the Mets is Rosario. And Rosario is a 5, so we're going to look at the infield column on Anderson. It's a 16 minus 5 is an 11. We roll a 20. So it's going to be off Rosario. We're going to look at that 5 off Rosario's card. And that 5 is going to be a 16, which is going to be a base hit. So little ground ball in the hole, which Rosario gets to, but does not get the throw off. And the official score is going to qualify that as an infield single. So Brian Anderson's on base, and here is Starling Castro. It's going to be a 79. This looks like it's going to be a pitcher matchup. And yes, it is. It's going to be a pitcher matchup versus a righty. So we got to see, are we throwing a fastball or a breaking ball? And on a +2, because he's a 10 fastball and a breaking ball, is a +2. +2 is going to say no. It's going to be a breaking ball. So he throws a breaking ball to Starling Castro, which is an 8. Against a right-handed pitcher of a 15. 15 minus 8 is a 7. We roll a 10, so it's going to be off of Seth Lugo, and 11 is going to be a fly ball to center field. So 1 down. I think I said it was a breaking ball, and if it's a breaking ball, it's going to be a little bit different. I believe it was a breaking ball, and I think I looked at the 88 on the fastball, so I don't know that it was a fastball. It's pretty sure it was a breaking ball, because I remember looking for 7. It was 15 minus 8, which was 7. So that's going to be a strikeout instead, I believe. So let's just correct that. I went a little bit fast there. All right, here's Lewis Brinson. That's going to be a 49, and the 49 against a righty is going to be also a versus pitcher. So fastball versus breaking ball. It's a 6 this time, and it will be a fastball, so it's going to be a 10. 15 minus 10 is a 5. We roll a 12, so it will be again off of Lugo, and the 6. The 6 will be a strikeout, back-to-back Ks for Lugo. Again, versus this time it was a fastball. All right, Martin Prado. Got to check the matchup first, see what happens. And that's a 37 versus a right-hander, and that is going to be between 37 and 41 is going to be the center field. And the center fielder out there today is Juan Lagares, and Lagares is a 4. And a 4 versus the outfield of a 13 is a 9. We roll a 5, so it will be off of Prado. An 11 off of Prado is a 90, a 98. And a 98 is a deep fly, medium fly ball to end the inning. So it's a hit. 1 left. no runs. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Playing 4th Street baseball. Score is 3-2. Marlins. And Nick Anderson's in there for the Marlins against Pete Alonso. Let's see what happens. Pete Alonso with good power. Pretty obvious hit 53 home runs, and that's going to be an 83. That's going to be a pitcher matchup. Is it a fastball? It's going to be a fastball. It's a 10. Minus 14 minus 10 is a 4. We roll a 16, so that will be off the pitcher, and a 4 will be a 41. And a 41 is a wild pitch, so it's a ball that gets thrown to the backstop. And we roll again. See what the matchup is. And it's a 77. Again, it's a pitcher matchup. Fastball, yes, 10. 14 minus 10 is a 4. We roll a 1, so this will be off Alonso. And a 4 off Alonso is a walk. So Alonso gets on base. That's the tying run on at first. And here's Robbie Cano. And that is a 76. Again, another pitcher matchup, this time versus a lefty. And versus a righty, he is a 16. And versus a lefty, is he throwing a fastball, a 9? No, so it's going to be a breaking ball. So it's 16 minus 8, which is an 8. We roll a 7, so we'll be off Cano. And this, it's a 5-4, which is a 9. And a 9 is a 79. That's a fly ball to right. And I'll double check. That's a deep fly ball to right. Alonso could tag up, but he will not. Here's J.D. Davis. So the matchup is righty versus righty. And that's critical in this game. So it's a 76. You can see that there. You read the D10 first. It's a 76. So that's going to be a pitcher matchup against a righty. Fastball or breaking ball. An 8 is going to tell us a breaking ball, but it doesn't matter because they're both 10. So 14 minus 10 is a 4. We roll an 11, so it will be off Nick Anderson. And an 8 off Anderson is a strikeout. 2 out. So J.D. Davis swings and misses at a high fastball. And bringing the heat is Nick Anderson here in his, he's faced 4 batters. He can face 5. That's his endurance. Here's a pitch to Michael Conforto, a lefty. And it's going to be a 57 versus a lefty. It's going to be, again, a pitcher matchup versus a lefty. Fastball or breaking ball. It's going to be a fastball, a 9. 17 minus 9 is an 8. We roll a 4, so we'll be off of Conforto. Against a righty, a 6, and that is a base on balls. So that puts the tying run in scoring position at second base. And here comes Ramos. And it's going to be a 25 against a righty, and that is going to be a shortstop. Rojas at shortstop is a 6. So infield 16 minus 6 is a 10. We roll a 7, so we'll be off of the infield column. And we're going to read a 7 off the infield column. And that's a base hit. The game will be tied. Oh, no, wait a second. He's got to come around from second base. So his speed, what is? Let's take a look at Alonso's speed. Alonso's speed is a 10 running. And it was to, what do we say? It was past Rojas. So we're going to say that's the center fielder. Center fielder is Brinson. I don't know that Brinson has any arm rating. He's got no arm rating, so it's just going to be a straight up Alonso speed plus 3 because there's 2 outs, so it's a 13. We're going to try to score Alonso to tie the game. Nope, wrong one. And he is safe at the plate. So the game is tied at 3 on an RBI single by Wilson Ramos. And since there was a throw at the plate, we're gonna move at least Conforto up to third and leave Ramos, who's really slow, at first. But it's an RBI for Ramos, and the game is tied at 3. So next batter is going to be McNeil. Not Broxton, but McNeil. Yeah. Broxton was a pinch hitter earlier. So here's Jeff McNeil, and we're going to bring in a lefty. So that's going to be it for Nick Anderson. We're going to bring in a guy named Conley. Adam Conley comes in. He's a lefty, so it's going to be a lefty on lefty matchup. And here's the pitch. Conley to McNeil. We're looking at the lefty side matchup. It's a 60. It's going to be a pitcher matchup. 52 to 93 is a pitcher matchup versus a left-hander. Will it be a fastball? No, it's going to be a breaking ball. It doesn't matter. They're both 2. So versus a lefty pitcher, it's going to be an 18 minus 2 is a 16. We roll a 7, so we'll be off McNeil. Versus a lefty, we look at the 5 and the 4 is a 9, and that is going to be a 95, which is a fly ball. No, it's popped up to the third baseman to retire the side, but the Mets pick up one big run. They tie up the game here in the top of the 8th inning. It's all tied at 3. 1 run on 1 hit, a couple of walks, and they leave a couple. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Lugo's still pitching for the Mets. All right, Jorge Alfaro's up. Alfaro today is 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be a, excuse me, that's going to be a 40, where's the white die? Where did that go? There it is, 44. 44 versus a righty is going to be a ball hit to right field. That is Conforto out there in right, which is a 5. 12 minus 5 is 7, and we roll an 8, so it will be off Conforto's card. It's a 10 off Conforto. And that is a drive to right, and Conforto's got it. 1 down. Here is Curtis Granderson. It's a 53 versus a lefty, and that will be, again, a pitcher matchup. And a +2 it goes to 7, so it will be a fastball. Versus a righty, 14 minus 10. He's a lefty. 14 minus 10, which is a 4. We roll a 6, so it will be off Lugo against a lefty. The 7 will be a strikeout. 2 out. And let's see what we did. Let's see, we had a double switch, so we'll be back in a minute.